Welcome to part 2. Now, one of the things that is a deep mystery, in this latest DP William Ruto manenos is the response of the Ruto team. Now, you cannot be in politics and expect that you'll receive zero attacks. In fact, we have a very funny African thing where you'll hear politicians saying, my enemies, my political enemies. Now, I have no idea what they're talking about because politics by nature is competitive. Yes, at any one time, you'll have people who will want your position, which is okay, because in politics, it's competition, People want your position tomorrow. People want to criticize what you're doing. And so attacks, even dirty attacks, are to be expected, But African politicians abhor any kind of attacks. I guess it's in our genes, because in the old tribal systems, you would not dare attack your chief, the chief of your tribe. The chief of your tribe was a god. Anyway, the deep mystery here is that DP William Ruto is a respected politician. The man is a respected strategist, when it comes to politics. And so, one would have expected a strategic response, an organized response. Indeed, an effective response to deal with those who are in competition with him. Or if we can just humor him and his supporters, to deal with his political enemies. But what have we seen from the DP Ruto's camp? We have seen what you can call a knee-jerk reaction. Somebody hits a certain point in your knee, and naturally your leg will jerk, it will hit back. There's no thinking involved there. There's absolutely no strategy there. Now, wouldn't you agree with me that this is very, very puzzling? Especially for somebody who aspires to be President of the Republic of Kenya. Somebody who should have very good strategists very close to him. Somebody who should have handlers who are looking at things 6 months, 1 year, 2 years ahead. Not waiting for something to happen for them to react. An interesting aside here is the response of Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru. She said she was going to sue. Now, anybody who understands law will find that hilarious. Now, if somebody had said that Anne Waiguru is corrupt, yes, that one she could be able to sue because that person is spoiling her name and not producing the evidence. Although even then, there would be technicalities. That would be a difficult case. And the main reason why it would be a difficult case is because Anne Waiguru is a public figure. She's a governor of a county. If she was a private citizen, being attacked and her name being spoiled, that would be very, very different. Anyway, she's going to sue who? She's going to sue the people the respondents in that poll, who rated her as one of the most corrupt Kenyans. Are those the people she's going to sue? Or is she going to sue IPSOS Synovate, the people who carried out the poll? Because if she was to sue IPSOS Synovate, all they need to do is to produce the documents used in gathering the data. Case closed. The court will quickly find that IPSOS Synovate did not say anything, that would damage the character of one Anne Waiguru. All they did was to conduct a poll where the public expressed an opinion. Anyway, back to DP William Ruto. Now, it is said that Ruto was a student of former President Daniel Arap Moi in terms of learning the ropes in politics. Now, this is interesting because whatever you want to say about former retired President Daniel Arap Moi, and yes, he was a dictator, whatever you want to say about the former president, he understood politics. And I'll give you one example. And it is an example that illustrates one of the basics of politics. And what basic am I talking about? If somebody calls you a thief, you don't call a press conference to say you're not a thief. Or you release a statement emphasizing you're not a thief. Because what you'll have done, you'll have just confirmed to the public that indeed you're a thief. So let's go to this example during President Daniel Arap Moi's tenure. At one point during his long reign, very strong rumors started circulating in Kenya that Moi was a devil worshipper. And the rumors persisted for some time. Now, what effect do you think it would have had Moi come out and said, I am not a devil worshipper? That would have done the president more harm than good. Because even those who would not have come across the rumor would now be aware of the rumor. Yeah? And even more people in Kenya would start believing that Moi was a devil worshipper. So what did Moi do? What he did was to set up a commission to investigate devil worshipping in Kenyan schools. Now, not only did this kill that rumor completely, but it diverted attention to schools and devil worshipping in schools. Now, if you want to get the attention of any parent, it's very obvious. If you want to get the attention of any parent, touch on something that has to do with their children. And so naturally, the work of this commission attracted even the interest of people who are new parents, people who had toddlers. Now, interestingly, that report on devil worship in Kenya schools, or the influence of devil worshipping in Kenyan schools, was never released. To date, it has never been released. But the point is, that particular masterstroke completely wiped away a rumor against President Daniel Arap Moi. Completely killed and buried that rumor. I never heard that rumor whispered ever again. I think now you understand me completely when I tell you the reaction of one DP William Ruto, is very, very puzzling. And it would appear that Bwana Ruto has panicked. Because when people panic, they make mistakes. When people panic, they have a knee-jerk reaction to issues that are so important that their whole future hinges on it. By appointing a commission of inquiry to look into devil worshipping in schools, no Kenyan would want to believe that Moi was a devil worshipper, because a devil worshipper can never appoint such a commission. A commission that would expose what they're involved in, what allegedly they're involved in. So the verdict of the public, that was just a stupid rumor. Moi is not a devil worshipper. And so, all DP Ruto needs to do is to relax, slow down, and come up with a strategy, come up with a master stroke that will enable the public to sit up and say, no, DP William Ruto is not corrupt. He has gotten rich through hard work. Those people fighting him do not want poor Kenyans to become rich. Obviously, coming up with a master stroke here will not be easy. But who says anything good in this life is easy? Who says success in anything in this life is easy? It is not, but it can be done. Because, after all, being president of Kenya is not easy. And therefore, if this particular candidate cannot overcome this challenge, then what chance do they have of overcoming the numerous challenges that will be thrown at them when they actually become president? And what should make it even easier for DP William Ruto is the fact that a lot of what DP William Ruto has been talking about in recent times is actually true. Now, let us put our emotions aside for a while and let's put on our thinking caps. Let's be students in politics and let's dig out the facts. I know this will be very difficult for very many people on this channel because they don't like DP William Ruto. The emotions will always get in the way when it comes to analyzing facts. You know, one of the basics of journalism, one of the basics that every good journalist must be able to get is that there are always two sides to a story. No matter how one-sided a story is, or appears to be, there are always two sides to a story. For instance, a man stabs his wife 21 times, actually stabs her again and again and again. Of course, it's horrible. Of course, a man has no reason to attack or even to mete out violence to his wife, no matter what, let alone stab her 21 times. But people don't do something without a reason. So there's another side to this story. What caused this? What triggered this? Did the wife do something? Is the man mentally disturbed? Does the man have stab wounds in his body? Maybe 2 or 3 stab wounds, which he retaliated with 21. There are 2 sides to every story, And by the way, this is very important. When we say that we need 2 sides of one story, we are not trying to excuse the evil actions of the main person in the story. We're not trying to excuse or make excuses for the 21 stabs this evil man made on his dear wife, the mother of his children. We are not. What we are doing is trying to get a complete picture. When you get a complete picture, you understand the entire story correctly. You understand all the facts surrounding the story you're dealing with. So what is DP William Ruto saying, or what has he been saying, that is factual, that is very, very true? Fact number 1, there has been a very sustained, deliberate, aggressive effort to portray DP William Ruto as the most corrupt politician in Kenya. And this did not start yesterday. It started a long time ago. It started very early in his political career. And in those early days, it stemmed from jealousy. This is a nobody, son of a nobody. What is he trying to show us? He's trying to show us that he's as good as us? No way. Regulars on this channel will remember the time I referred to the fight, the physical fight, that actually took place right inside State House between Ruto, who was then an assistant minister in the Moi government, and a man called Chesire, the late Chesire. Ruto, of course, was not doing anything different from the politicians of the time. But the late Chesire called him a conman. Now, a conman is stronger than corrupt. And of course, Ruto could not take it. He lost it. And there was a physical fight right inside State House. But let us fast forward to the present. There's been a very consistent, sustained campaign to portray DP William Ruto as the most corrupt Kenyan. In fact, the whole idea has been to paint the Jubilee Party as a non-corrupt party, as long as you remove DP William Ruto from the equation. In other words, the aim of this campaign has been to show us that the only person within Jubilee who is very corrupt, who is spoiling the name of the party, is DP William Ruto. Remove William Ruto from Jubilee, and Jubilee ni safi kama pamba. Now, as ridiculous as that sounds, that has been the objective. Now, when you go and commission a poll, to ask Kenyans who do you think is the most corrupt, and you have just finished a very sustained, consistent, aggressive campaign, on somebody, what do you expect? You expect the precise results that came out of the IPSOS Synovate poll. Indeed, if any Kenyan anywhere in the world was to go out right now, and do a poll of their own, maybe interview 20, 30 Kenyans, you would find that your results would be exactly the same. Why? Because the campaign targeted at Kenyans has been very successful. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending Ruto. I'm not saying he's clean. What I am emphasizing, and indeed revealing to some of us, is that there's been a campaign. And this campaign has an end game. And the end game is going to shock you to your bones. Now, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is extremely sensitive, because there is even a link, a very strong link, to a man called Evans Kidero. And this link to Evans Kidero goes back to 2013. Yes, the 2013 gubernatorial race in Nairobi County. Folks, this information is absolutely numbing, shocking to the state or to the point where a lot of the information, most of which are verified, is impossible to believe. But then get this, it all adds up, it all makes sense, it all very neatly fits into a master plan targeted at DP William Ruto, and a very carefully planned ending that will just leave you, I don't know what word to use, more than shocked. It's in my latest Club 1999, very sensitive recording, which should go up in the next few hours. Now, if you're not yet a member, all the information you need to become a member is on your screens right now. And I suggest and I recommend that you take action immediately. Bottom line, as smart, as clever, as good a political strategist as DP William Ruto is, he is human. And even if it was you, faced with these factors, you would behave in exactly the same way. Actually, much worse in my view, because this is a seasoned politician. He has been through many battles. You are just an ordinary Kenyan, an armchair analyst. You may not like Bwana William Ruto, but you need to know. Why do you need to know? You need to know because tomorrow it may be somebody you like, who will be on the crosshairs of this particular plot, or a plot similar to this one. Ukiona mwenzako akinyolewa, weka maji kwa kichwa. When you see your neighbor being shaved, against their will, prepare yourself because you're next. Before I go, let me emphasize that I have not been purchased by anybody. I've not been bought by the DP William Ruto camp. All I'm doing is giving you the facts as they are. I'm well aware of the fact that there are those YouTubers, who will never let the facts get into the way of a good, juicy story. There are even very seasoned journalists, who will never allow the facts, inconvenient facts, to get in the way of a nice, juicy story. A story that will sell, a story that people will like, a story that people will delight in. Why mess up with all the fun people will have by introducing inconvenient facts? Facts that will pour water on the fire. Facts that will dampen the party. Why? Instead, you should leave out those facts, that will interfere with what you're saying, and just roast the man. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not that kind of journalist. If I come across facts that will upset you, upset your emotions, I'll still give them to you. And this is precisely what I'm doing here. And I've done it many times before. Most recently, I've introduced some facts, positive facts about our president, which people didn't like. How can you say nice things about President Uhuru? How? Chris, have you been bought? Well, this case is similar, although I'm not saying nice things about DP William Ruto. All I'm doing is presenting facts to you that prove some of the things he's saying are true. He actually has a point. By the way, not in everything he's saying, but there are one or two pertinent things he has brought out that are absolutely true. And I believe the reason why most of you come to this channel is to get the complete picture. Not something half-baked. You want to get the complete picture, all the facts on the table. And that is exactly what I endeavor to give you without fear or favor. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.